Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now, photo now, photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, the server beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, man, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community, big up everyone inside. We're going to get straight into it as we do. Make sure you smash the likes on your way in, peoples. Come on, man, we're always here with all the United news, man. You know I'll be rocking, man. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get straight into it, man. Bam. Let's talk about the boy Lammens, man. Remember, I've got Lammens news. I've got a bit of Belieber, midfield links, Antony, bids. There's stuff that's close. It's going on. There's a lot going on still. I can't lie. Deadline day is coming up and everything is just going crazy since then. But let's start with the boy Lammens, man. This is the keeper that we should be getting in, man. Hopefully we get him in. And then Fabrizio's come out last night and obviously said, you understand, Manchester United are preparing one final big push to get Lammens' deal done. Talks to accelerate this weekend again with Royal Antwerp deal on. So the thing with Lammens has been sticky because like Galatasaray has been trying to outbid us. They've outbidded us, but he's saying I only want Man United, blah, blah, blah. So it's just stalled everything. We were so close to signing him last week, Sunday, that he didn't even play. He didn't play for Royal Antwerp. So now he's turned around and yeah, it's just like us and Galatasaray. Everyone keeps mentioning it though. But Galatasaray is involved as well, but he doesn't want them. But they've just messed it up for us because they've gone and outbidded us. So like it says anyway, we're preparing one big push. And then, what's his name? Ben Jacobs has come out and said Man United are working on Senne Lammens this weekend. Club's now getting closer to agreeing a fee. Closer. So boy, he said that yesterday, literally about 7 hours ago. So, oh my God. So yeah, you can see what's going on. Something like that. Yeah, so we'll see, man. And then you got this obviously article saying this is from Paddy Keel. Senne Lammens is following an individual program in consultation with all parties. That's a logical decision. Since this could be a major outgoing transfer, we want to minimize the risk of injuries. So you see what's going on there. They don't want him. They want their money in it. This is a big transfer fee for them. They ain't had no money like this before. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to get a little, 25 million if they get it from Galatasaray. If they get it from us, it's 21 million. They don't want to risk it. They're saying, yo, he's doing an individual program. He's training by himself. He's not even training with the squad. Just in case he gets injured or something and then it messes up the transfer. They want that money. They need that money there. So that's what's going on there. And then obviously Fabrizio's come out and done his little videos that he does at night, as he does. And he's gone on and basically said, Man United will try again in the next hours for Senne Lammens. But Man United will not try forever. So Man United are prepared to go big, bid again, and try to reach an agreement with Royal Antwerp. They started at 70 million euros, then 20 now. It's at 25. Man United don't want to play games or so. They get the deal done now or they can move on. So basically, we're either going to get this deal done or we're going to cut out and go get someone else. So hopefully we can get the deal done, man, because I don't know what's going on. But it said it started at 17 million euros, then it went to 20, but Royal Antwerp's been asked for 25. And remember, Galatasaray's come and outbidded us and reached that 25. So the fact that Galatasaray reached what they wanted, that's killed us. That's just made it more interesting than it needs to be. It's exactly what happened with Sesko. Newcastle came in, they reached what they went over the top of what we was willing to pay. So they bid 90 million, we bid 85 million. See what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So they've tried to hijack the deal, and that's messed it up now, where now Royal Antwerp sitting there saying, boy, we've got Galatasaray here, but Lammens is saying, I only want Man United. Let me show you, look at this. Agreeing personal terms. Forget McGough. He said that we ain't agreed personal terms, which is bullshit. But he says he's in talks with Galatasaray. Lammens held talks with Galatasaray blah, blah, blah. United want a new keeper regardless if Onana stays. They want a new keeper anyway. But let me show you about the hijack stuff that came out from Yago and Chris Wheeler. So this is the hijack talks. Look. And it said, look, this is from Yago, who is very, 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 very reliable when it comes to Turkish news. And he told us on the 27th, which was 3 days ago, that Galatasaray traveled to Belgium and met with Antwerp to submit a final offer. And then obviously, Chris Wheeler, who is in England, he came out and said, look, Galatasaray have outbidded us. They've outbidded us for Lammens. So the fact that they've outbidded us has messed up this whole deal where it was 1, 2, 3, it was easy. We were close to agreeing a fee. He didn't play the game last Sunday. It was all bang to right, it's going to happen. And then they've come, outbidded us, but he only wants to go to Old Trafford. That's what's messed up this deal. But like you can see here, he's training by himself. He's getting closer and closer. Ben Jacobs is not saying nothing really about Galatasaray. He said one thing, that Galatasaray are there as well, but he never said it's close to Galatasaray. Fabrizio hasn't mentioned Galatasaray once. Not once. He don't even mention them. At least Ben Jacobs mentioned them, so we know the Galatasaray stuff is kind of true. Fabrizio hasn't mentioned them at least one time. Every day he does his stories, he just said Man United, Man United, Man United. So we're going to see what happens with Lammens, man. I hope we end up getting him. We can all see, every single one of us can see how much we need a goalkeeper. They know it, and they've known it from before. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they were in for Lammens for the longest. So, yeah, I'm going to show you what Ben Jacobs said about the Galatasaray stuff as well, so everyone can know exactly where we're at with Lammens. But this is the last thing that what you lot are seeing now is the last things that came out about Lammens. And Ben Jacobs is saying, Man United are working on Senne Lammens this weekend. Club's now getting closer to agreeing fee. So we can only take that with a positive, isn't it? We're getting closer to agreeing fee. But like I said, Galatasaray is there as well. And they're trying some funniness where they're just trying to offer any money. I don't know what's going on with Turkish clubs this season, you know. They've got so much money for wages now. Fenerbahce is paying 320k for Duran. Osimhen's getting a bag over there as well. They've got so much money for wages and that they're just offering anything now. Remember, they said they'll give Sancho whatever wage he wants in Fenerbahce as well. So, bro, it's gone mad over there. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, so this is the situation with Lammens, man. Hopefully, we wrap this one up. As you can see, it's an over the weekend thing. It's the weekend now. So, we'll see what happens, man. Let me show you. Look at this. Let me show you something now about the Galatasaray stuff. From Ben Jacobs, because a lot of people are going to say, oh, these guys are not reliable, blah, blah, blah. So let me show you. The hijack stuff is kind of true, and that's what's holding us up. Man United continue to work on Senne Lammens with hope of finalising the deal before the window shuts. No club-to-club agreement yet. Galatasaray have also made an approach to Lammens week. Lammens' team probably. You probably got that wrong. But that was yesterday at 10:51 a.m. Literally yesterday he said that Galatasaray are in there. So all this hijack talk, every day there's something in it. You know what I mean? They're trying a thing, but he wants to go to Old Trafford. That's where we're at with Lammens, mate. Yeah, so that's the situation with Lammens. If anyone's missed it, I'll run back on it in a bit. I'll move to the next stuff. But hopefully he's at Old Trafford. He's at Old Trafford by Monday. Let me just say that. Then we got the stuff about Hojlund. Napoli have reached an agreement in principle with Manchester United for Rasmus Hojlund. Laurie Whitwell and James Horncastle also called it 6 million loan fee in euros with 44 million conditional obligation triggered if Napoli qualify for the Champions League. So all Napoli got to do is qualify for the Champions League, and then we should. Then he's gone for 40 million. We've got 40 million in the bank. That's all he's got to do. Just qualify for Champions League, brother, and then we got 40 million in the bank. That's it. But obviously, you see, their Italian league is so weird. We've always got a new winner every year. I think AC Milan won it, and then they finished 7th. It's always mad. But I can't see Napoli finishing out of the top 4 though. They've got a very good team, and they're doing what they need to do. So yeah, man. Hopefully that ends up going true, and then we see what happens, man. Hojlund must now agree terms and decide if he's willing to leave. Bro, it seems like he's going to agree terms now. He's 6th choice when it comes to strikers. We got Sesko, Xerxes, Cunha, Mbumo, Mount False 9. And then we got Hojlund, bro. I don't even know if he's putting Obi in front of him. So he's a myth. Then Laurie Whitwell said the same thing. Man United agreed deal with Napoli for Rasmus Hojlund, season loan with significant fee plus conditional obligation worth 44 million triggered if Napoli qualify for Champions League. But Hojlund needs to accept, might still stay. Bro, what are you going to stay for on your sixth choice as a striker, bro? There's no reason to stay. And from the time you've come this far, you might as well say it's more or less done. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't see any reason for him to stay, man. There's no point. And then obviously Fabrizio Romano said the same thing, more or less. The agreement between Man United, blah, 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 to become mandatory. Hojlund has already accepted. Agent fees accepted. He wants Napoli, no chance to stay at United. Look at the difference. You see that then? So Laurie Whitwell saying he still might stay just to cover his back. Look at the time at the bottom, guys, and the date. 9:09 yesterday. Fabrizio's come out by 11:27 and said there's no chance he stays. Forget about it. He's gone. He's already accepted. So it's done. Because look, if you look at the bottom, it says Hojlund needs to accept. If you look at Ben Jacobs' bottom, Hojlund must now agree terms. Fabrizio comes at the last thing at the end of the night and says Hojlund has already accepted. Agent fees agreed. He wants Napoli. No chance to stay at United. Small details, then here we go. So that's definitely a here we go today. Definitely. And then he goes on his YouTube as he does and goes, tonight the message coming from Man United is agreement with Napoli for Hojlund, but no agreement yet with Hojlund and Napoli, so he might stay at the club. No, Rasmus Hojlund is not staying at Manchester United. See, he's sending shots. He's actually sending shots for Laurie Whitwell and that. If you read it, look, he's saying, tonight the message coming from Man United is agreement with Napoli for Hojlund, but no agreement yet with Hojlund. Blah, 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 and Napoli. And he said, no, Rasmus Hojlund is not staying at Manchester United. Rasmus Hojlund wants to go to Napoli and is ready to go. The only detail missing is detail between Hojlund and United on the exit terms. So every single one of these players, Antony, Hojlund, who's the other geezer? I think Sancho, they all want some packages to leave for their contract. That's all it is, the exit terms. Every time I'm talking about one of these players, it's always the exit terms, a severance package or something. It's never just they want to leave. So cool. Exit terms, as soon as that will be agreed, Rasmus Hojlund will travel probably tomorrow for medical tests and contract signing. It will be a loan, 6 million euros, option to buy, which can become an obligation if Napoli will be in the Champions League next season. 44 million euros is a total package, which could become 50 million euros if Napoli trigger the obligation. So look at that now. That could be 50 million euros we get for Rasmus Hojlund if next season that they make the Champions League. That's all we need. So we're going to be rooting on Lukaku and De Bruyne, which is crazy. Imagine rooting on De Bruyne. That just shows how far it's come. So yeah, we're going to be rooting them on. They get their Champions League. Hojlund stays there forever. Simple as that, bro. And we just leave it like that, bro. All the best for him. He's a Man United fan. He tried. Obviously, he got set up. He got put in a position where he kind of failed. It is where it is, isn't it? We can be here forever, but it is what it is. Let me get a few of these comments, man. Get Lammens in and also a midfielder. Big up Met. Just match day today. Really anxious. Bruv, listen, I'm numb now. I'm just like, I don't know what's going to turn up. I can just see them trying a little thing. But we could go out there and beat them 3-0. We could go out there and beat them 2-1. We could go out there and lose 1-0. We could go out there and lose 2-1. You don't even have a clue. This is where we're at now. We don't even have a clue what to think like it's going to happen now. It's so mad. Because Burnley, all these teams that we look at as mad rubbish, they'll just hit us on the counter. That's all they're going to do, bro. So I don't even have a clue what's going to happen, man. But 100%, let's get Lammens in. I've got some midfield links for you lot. You know, I don't put people in the thumbnail for no reason. So, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. But, yeah, man, Lammens, 100%. We need to get my man in. 100%, man. Because I don't know what is going on right now. I don't know why it took so long. But like I showed you, it's probably the Galatasaray stuff. Big up Metch. Big up yourself, AP, man. Metric community. Come on. Big up the whole Metric community, man. Like and subscribe, my peoples, man. Like and subscribe. Mike, big up yourself. Come on, man. Press the like button. Start your day off right, man. Positive energy. Don't be a hater. Smash the likes, people. What's your score prediction for Burnley, Mitch? I'm going 2-1. Win. Mate, I don't have a clue, bro. I would love to say 3-0 or something like that, but you just don't have a clue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know, bro. I would love to say like 3-0 or something. I wouldn't even want a 1-0. I wouldn't even want 1-0. I would want like a 3-0 hammer him. Hammer them. You know, like that. We need to go out there and go bananas. Send a message like, listen, we went mad the other day, but look, we're back now. You know what I'm going to say? Something crazy. So, yeah, that's my score predictions. I would say like a 3-0, but you just never know, bro. We could go out there and struggle the whole time and just get hit with a counter. I think Burnley are meant to be good at set pieces as well. I don't know. They're good at it. So even that set pieces, like the whole Old Trafford's going to go quiet. You know how this thing's going to go. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get the W though at the end. That's the main thing, is getting the W, getting the win. So we'll see what happens with that one, man. They are Italian champions. Yeah, that don't mean nothing though, bro. If you look at the Italian champions in Italy in the last couple of years, yeah, they've all fell off, bro. I don't think anyone's done the two-peat. They always win it and then they fall off. AC Milan, boom. I think the only person that was winning it all the time was Juventus. Since then, they always fall off. Who won it last year? Inter. Napoli won it this year. I think Inter's won it twice in a row. I think that, but man, it was Juventus just bossing it for years, and then it changed, and it was like anyone wins it. It's always someone different. AC Milan's won it in the last 7 years or so. Like, bro, every time it just keeps changing, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So yeah, man, it's mad. I can't lie, it's crazy. But let me get this up and show you. I'll show you the Italian champions. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit mad, the Italy thing, because you just don't know, bro. Teams always fall off. Serie A. I'm gonna get up for you lot, because we need Napoli to finish in the Champions League. Hopefully they got a 5 spot. If they get 5 spaces for the Champions League, I think we'll be all right. But if it's not a 5 spot thing and we got the 5 spot, then I don't think so, bro. I don't know, man. But they've got a good team, though. They've got a good team. I remember Inter have got a new manager as well. So you just don't know, innit? You just don't know what will happen. Cool. Serie A seasons. Yeah, let me show you. What's this? Look at this. Let me share my screen and show you that Serie A. Watch this, guys. This is Serie A in the last couple of years. Look at that. Napoli won it just now, yeah? Then it was Inter. Then it was Napoli. Then it was Milan. Then it was Inter. Then it was Juventus. Then it was Juventus. So Juventus was badding it up all the way to 2020. And then it's just been a different winner every single year. This is what I'm trying to say. It's different over there. 2020, 2021, Inter, Milan, Napoli, Inter, Napoli. It's never the same team, apart from when Juventus was just going crazy. Look, they won it like 7 years in a row or something. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 years in a row. They were doing the Man City over there. So yeah, bro, that's what I'm trying to say about over there. Being a winner over there don't mean nothing, because someone new wins it every year. Look at the runner-ups as well. Inter runner-up, then it was Milan, then it was Lazio, then it was Inter, then it was Milan, then it was Inter. Like, bro, it's crazy, bro. No one's consistent. No one's consistent over there, bro. It's mad. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we get our money, man. We just get our money. They make the Champions League, Hojlund, and we get our money and we're good. Hopefully. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I like him, innit? But there's no point in coming back. He don't want to come back himself and be part of the bomb squad. It's long. The new bomb squad now. And he's sitting there, am I going to go? Am I going to stay? It's not even fair on him. So he wants it to be obligation. Let's just let it be obligation and just leave it at that. I'll get a few more of these comments and I'll get into the rest of the news. Don't watch nothing. What's this about? What's this about? What's this about? The Athletics just come out and said a little something. What are they saying? Let me show you. You know, here in the Metric community, we get all the breaking news and I show it to you lot straight away. So make sure you lot are subscribed if you're new. But this is what we're doing. We talk about one thing, and then if something breaking comes out, we go straight into there. I don't sit there, put the camera to my face. I show you lot. Ruben Amorim maintains multitudes. Yes, he's the head coach, Man United, but sometimes he's also the guy standing in front of ITVs, line up, blah, blah, blah. This is just literally just saying madness. So nothing major. Cool, no problem. Let's get into the rest of the news. I'm going to get into the rest of this. So I've showed you that about Hojlund. We've got this stuff about Antony, the GOAT now. Yeah? Antony's transfer latest Man United accept bid from Real Betis in permanent move. Let me make it a bit closer so that you lot can see what's going on. I have to show boom. Permanent deal. Winger has been given permission to travel to Seville to finalise the move. Now up to Antony and Betis to agree terms. Napoli agreed deal with Man United to sign Rasmus Hojlund on loan. So that came out last night. Darmesh, Sky Sports. Cool, no problem. And then it's gone mad last night. So we've had this, we've accepted the bid. It's done. He's got agreed terms. He wants to go back there now anyway. And it just went crazy. Antony times Betis saga, which has taken a dramatic turn. It's a mad twist. Man United accepted a 25 million package that included a 50% sell-on. Man United then gave Antony permission to travel and finalise terms. However, Betis, they can't match Antony's wage. So what's been going on with you lot for the last 2-3 months then? If you can't even match the geezer's wage, I don't understand. Why are you not waiting to the last minute to sort this out? Why didn't you not sort this out before? I don't understand, bro. It's gone mad. So anyways, they want a reduction from the player or for Man United to contribute to an exit package. So this is the same thing as Hojlund. Everyone wants exit money. It's crazy, bro. Everyone wants the little severance package to just exit. Like, no one just wants to bust out. It's just crazy. You got what I'm trying to say to you? So, yeah, bro, this is what's going on, man. This evening, Betis say they are walking away due to the overall cost. Like, they're walking away from the deal. Obviously, that's a tactic, man. United hope it is despite their bid being accepted, they're walking away because of the overall cost. Either Antony drops his wage or we pay a little bit and help them out. So that's what's going on. So, it's just gone mad, man. This is what I'm saying. We hope it's a negotiation tactic. Betis claim United must come back to them with a lower overall package. It's a standoff between the two clubs. Bro, keep Antony in the under-21s, brother. Keep Antony in the under-21s. Who's this person just flooding up the team, man? Keep Antony in the under-21s, man. I would say keep him in the under-21s, bro, because you've had all this time to sort this out with them, and now you're coming in now and you lot are coming with this madness. What is this? Do they want you or not, bro? You ain't even sorted out your wages with them. What's going on? Bro, go to the under-21s, big man, and chill out, please. Yeah? Unclear if Antony will also now lower his terms to make the move happen. So we don't know if Antony's even gonna lower his tone. Is he going to lower it? Because you've been dying for them. We've had clubs coming in for you left, right, and centre. You've been rejecting, bro. He's been rejecting clubs left, right, and centre. I'm going to show you, lot, bro. You know I'm here every day giving you lot the news. So I've got files on files on files, babe. Antony's been rejected. Look at the date at the bottom. 5th of August. Nearly a month from now, this guy's been rejecting moves. Antony has rejected a move away from Man United for the 3rd time this summer. Still holding out. Antony has rejected offers from Saudi Arabia, Italy, and Germany, and Spain as well. He's made it clear to Real Madrid he only wants Real Betis. Antony is in direct contact with Betis officials who are urging him to hold firm. Betis will wait until the end to push for another loan. We said no more loans. We snapped out of that. Antony would have been a Betis player in the first week if we said yes to loan. We said no. So now they're coming with a permanent now. But bro, how have you been talking to them since the beginning of the window and you haven't even agreed terms yet? Does that even make any sense? So you've been rejecting all of these clubs that are coming in. Como came in, Cesc Fabregas, Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Saudi. All these clubs are coming. You're rejecting all them clubs and you haven't even agreed terms yet with the club that you're at. The club that you want, sorry. How is that? That's crazy, bro. That doesn't even make no sense. It doesn't even make sense. And if you look at that, look at the contract. Sancho is a contractor next year. So we need to get rid of Sancho. I've got some news about Sancho as well. Antony's contracted to 2027. He'll be 27 by then. Garnacho's contracted until 24. Obviously, Garnacho's gone. Boom, boom, boom. But bro, my thing is, I will leave him in the under-21s, you know, because how have you not sorted your stuff out with them all now, but you're waiting on them? What did you think? Like, all right, after you get your thing accepted, then we'll talk. Last days of the thing. What's really going on? I don't understand, bro. I would have thought that their wages were done by now. So that's what's going on with Antony, man. This guy's a joker. He's rejecting everyone for Real Betis, but he still hasn't even sorted out his thing. And then obviously, Fabrizio's come out yesterday and on his little video on YouTube, and he's gone, Betis never agreed a deal with Man United and Antony tonight. If you ask me, will Antony go to Betis? I tell you, my feeling is yes. My experience with the market, yes, and my feeling for the next hours also. Man United and Betis were talking, and out of nowhere, Betis saw these reports of a deal agreed between the two clubs. Betis were furious with that because they don't have an agreement on all single details of this club, of this deal. The idea is to do a permanent 25 million euros and 50% sell-on clause, but still missing on details on player side. Big salary and so exit terms on Antony are the crucial point. So he's saying, Fabrizio Romano saying, there wasn't even an agreement. So everybody jumped the gun. Everybody jumped the gun, bro. He's saying Ben Jacobs and all these guys jumped the gun and went mad and said there's an agreement. He's going for a medical, and that never even happened. That's what he's saying. Because he never said nothing about agreement. He said they're still in talks. So this is a little war going on here. There's a little war going on with Ben Jacobs. Look, he said this 13 hours ago, bro. I'll show you exactly what Ben Jacobs said. He's kind of dissing them, Fabrizio. Manchester United have accepted a bid from Real Betis to sign Antony. This is what Ben Jacobs said, bro. And Fabrizio Romano, he said that none of that's even happened, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? He's saying, bruv, they never accepted a bid. They was in talks, and Betis are furious that all these reports even came out. There's no agreement for Antony. We have withdrawn the offer. We can't afford the fee. Blah, blah, blah. And this is what, let me show you what Fabrizio put on his Twitter. Where did he say it? He said, bro, nothing, it's not done yet. Like, what's all these talks about a medical? Like, nothing's done. So I don't know, man. He's not happy. So I don't know. I'm just pissed off with Antony because I'm thinking, how the hell are you even still not done the personal terms with Real Betis all this time? What have you been doing? What have you been doing this whole time? I don't understand. What have you been doing if you haven't even got the personal terms yet? They're saying you got a big salary. So why have you not sorted out your stuff with them from early if you really want to go there, that you're dissing every single club? It doesn't make no sense, brother. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. So yeah, man, but Fabrizio is saying, the optimistic thing about this whole thing anyways, Fabrizio is saying that he thinks it's going to get done. He's marketing the feeling is there's little games that get played, in it, and they're saying they're going to walk away, they've withdrawn their bid, blah, 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 but he thinks it's going to get done. You know what I'm saying? This is what he said. Look, remember, I showed you like what Ben Jacobs said. This is what Fabrizio said. He said, no medical, no travel imminent for Antony at this stage, as Real Betis and Man United are still negotiating. Details of a permanent move, 50% selling clause, blah, 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 is being discussed. Betis are on it with the best effort. So he said nothing about agreement. So this is a little war, bro. Who do you believe? Do you believe Ben Jacobs and a few other people, or do you believe Fabrizio? It's gone mad. It's like a civil war thing with the journalists, and they're all trying to prove that they're right. But kind of Fabrizio is kind of the fact that the guys come out, the president has come out and said something. It's kind of showing that Fabrizio was kind of in the right. But this is what they've come out and said. Official statement by Real Betis. There's no agreement for Antony. We have withdrawn the offer. We cannot afford the fee and the amounts that Manchester United must instead pay for the player before the transfer. So they all want a severance. You want to leave, but you want a severance package. You got to pay me off for my contract. Brother, what's going on here? What is happening, bro? It's gone mad. The whole thing has gone mad. Let me get a few of these comments and we'll get into it, man. But yeah, this thing's gone mad. 2-1 in there. Rasmus Hojlund being dragging a bit. Hopefully here we go today. Could Man United not make a big push for Belieber in the January news match? I'll show you the stuff about Belieber. You know me, I always show you that whatever. Jose Mourinho, nah, man. Jose Mourinho and Ole, I got some stuff about that as well. We really fell off to the point where we can't even predict easy matches, bro. We don't know. If this was Chelsea, I reckon we'll win. If this Man City, I reckon we'll win. Big games, I'm confident. I'm not confident with the small teams. Trust me. Without a new keeper, this is going to be a long season. As long as Conte stays, they should finish in the top 4. Yeah, it's true. We shouldn't concede against Burnley because after that, they're going to play very deep. So I hope we dominate and hammer them. It was supposed to be a here we go for Antony yesterday, but Betis are taking the piss. I'm worried for Burnley set pieces. This is mad. We're actually stressing over Burnley. Still no goalkeeper in CM. Slow FC in transfer market. Jim out. Big flop Qatarian. Not going to happen. I'll be honest. Amorim bad. Better integrate Antony at this point. I reckon Antony will go, man. I reckon it's all tactics. Antony needs to leave. Betis taking a piss. Either he takes a wage cut or back to the reserves. Sancho needs to leave as well. I've got some news about Sancho in a second, guys. There might be a chance we go for Adam Wharton if Mainoo leaves. I've got some stuff about Adam Wharton as well. Betis and Antony's camp are clearly colliding. Wages could have been discussed from long. That's what I'm saying. This is madness. Unless they're trying to do it as a tactic to get my man's wages paid off by us. You get it? Get these things paid off, the little severance, whatever it is. I feel like Ineos is penny pinching and doesn't want to buy that midfielder. We literally only have 1 day before window closes. Nah, man, because Ben Jacobs came out and said we was ready to bid for Belieber, but we believe that Brighton, we believe them when they're saying that he's not for sale. I don't think they're penny pinching, bro. And you got to remember, when we went in for Belieber, that's when we just got Sesko. So they could have let us chill for Sesko for a minute and just like take that excitement, and they said no, we want Belieber now. So they went mad with it. So I don't think that one there's an act, man. Like they're penny pinching. They actually wanted to get Belieber, but they're saying that he's not for now. He's for next season. But we'll see. So yeah, I thought Antony already. Yeah, bro, we've been hearing everything. This is what I'm saying to you, lot. I've heard everything already, bro. That he's agreed personal terms. Remember, I'm coming here. We got sources coming from Sevilla, from everywhere, saying different things. He's agreed personal terms already. He's this, he's that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, this hothead's back. Remember this guy here? He's a walking yellow. Let me show you that. Mejbri. Remember Mejbri? This guy is a walking yellow card, bro. He always fouls. Even the other day, I see him getting booked. He's just so aggressive, Mejbri. He was meant to be the next best thing. This guy is just a walking yellow. And I remember it was 5-0 down or something, 4-0 down. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brought him on and he scored a good goal and he was celebrating like mad. I think it was his debut. Do you remember that? But yeah, he's coming back to Old Trafford. Remember, he plays for Burnley. And Bayern Days put this on his Instagram. So hopefully he starts. And I can't believe I'm even saying this. Because I used to think Bayern Day is worse than Nana. But now I'm on Bayern Day side. It's gone crazy, bro. I can't believe I'm even saying this, bro. So Bayern Day is hopefully starting, and Nana's not starting. Hopefully, Nana's not even on the bench, bro. And we got Tommy Heaton, if anything. So we'll see, man. We'll see. A Saturday afternoon kickoff. So yeah, man. OT. We'll see what happens with Burnley, man. Hopefully we get them. But yeah, so that's the Antony stuff. I'll get these comments in a minute. Let me get into the next stuff, and then bam, we'll get back into it. Don't watch nothing. We've got this stuff about Ruben's replacement, bro. If he leaves, obviously, Ruben had a little chat yesterday with the media, and a reporter asked if Ruben will let his ego allow him to quit. And he goes on to say, no, I didn't say that. You were there. I didn't say that. I said that sometimes it's an ego thing. I didn't say I'll put my ego to a part or in front. You were there. You understand. And in TalkSport, you always chat shit. I always tell you, lot, see TalkSport, when you got Alex Cook and that, Alex Cook is good when you got him with Ben Jacobs. Any story Alex Cook puts out with Ben Jacobs is cool. But when he puts out a story with TalkSport and all of that, you got to just take it with a pinch of salt. So TalkSport's come out now and they're saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Eddie Howe are among shop managers tipped to replace Ruben Amorim as Man United boss. Bro, they're just talking rubbish, man. Like, this is what they do. They just chat shit. I take TalkSport with a pinch of salt, and I think you lot should as well. And then we've got Jadon Sancho to Roma could be back on. The Serie A giants, as it stands, represent Man United's best hope of shifting the castaway before Monday's deadline. And he got into it a bit more. I might be able to show you lot. And he was just basically saying that that's his last choice. Like, it's literally, it's them or bust now. You see, before, Sancho felt like he had bare options. He turned down Napoli, he turned down Chelsea, he turned down Fenerbahce. He was turning down clubs left, right, and centre. Now, it's got to a stage where, bro, he's got no other choice. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, so he might actually go in for them. Look, we got Mbumo's come out and put this on Instagram, so he might start. You get it? So, boy, just win the game, people. Please, man. Win the game, family. Win the game, please. But yeah, so that's the stuff about Sancho and Ruben Amorim, and that if Ruben leaves, obviously we had some more news about Ruben yesterday as well. If you lot saw the show, but basically, like obviously because of these words and whatnot, I know he's kind of spoke about it now from the press conference, but because of these words, people are saying that he might quit after the Burnley game and the international break. Amorim to hold talks with United in the international break. Comments at Grimsby raised concerns over future. Sources believe it was a heat of the moment thing, and there's no plans to change coach. United boss set to clarify at Friday's presser, which he did, and he said, blah, blah, blah. Ruben Amorim retains the backing of the board, so they're still backing him, and they're prepared to give him time. They're not going to be reactionary like everyone else is being, basically. And then we got this stuff from yesterday as well that said that, listen, Indicator, the guy that brought the Belieber news, came out and said, Ineos Group not afraid, shortlist is ready, surprise front runner if Ruben quits. If Ruben quits, these are the two targets now. So look, we just had TalkSport talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and who was it that they said? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and who? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Eddie Howe. I can't see Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle, Champions League and all of that to come here. And then we had this yesterday saying that Oliver Glasner and Andoni Iraola are the two targets. They're the top two names, candidates. And that's the article. You see how it's got an article on this tweet? I clicked onto the article and it brings you to this, which says, we understand two of the names on the official shortlist are Oliver Glasner and Andoni Iraola. Glasner is the name currently being talked about the most within the boardroom, and our understanding is that Glasner would be delighted with the opportunity to take the job at Old Trafford once it's available. There has been long-standing interest in Gareth Southgate as well, but Ineos also have concerns about the backlash from the club's fans over hiring the former boss. Ruben Amorim, that sacking now looks inevitable after Man United struggles, but at the top of it, it said if he leaves. So I think that one's just a clickbait. But I don't know, man. I don't know how true this. I think that just goes without saying, really, innit? If he was to leave, I think we're gonna go for a Premier League. You see how we've done the Premier League proven thing with the players. I think we'll do that with a coach because it makes sense. If you look at Tottenham, they've done the same thing. They went for Conte, Jose, and all these guys, brought them in. It didn't really work out. Now they're going for Frank. Premier League proven. Bam! It's kind of steady the ship. He understands the league. So that's what I think they would do. So it goes without saying, this article. But remember, this is if Ruben leaves. It's not Ruben's getting sacked or nothing. Blah, blah, blah. This is them saying these are the guys. But then there's a lot of people saying, I don't like the three at the back system. Blah, blah, blah. I want to play with a four. So why would Glasner be there then? Glasner plays a three at the back. So if these players don't understand a three at the back, why would we be in for Glasner then? That doesn't even make no sense. You know what I'm going to say to you? So I don't know what you guys think about it, but let me get a few more of these comments and then we'll move on to the next stuff. I've got this midfield stuff, Belieber, Wharton, what's that other guy? Hojlund, etc. We'll get into all of that. Don't watch nothing. But he might reject since he was picked for England, and he might also feel he might not get game time since Mainoo is leaving for the same reason. Who you talking about? Sancho. Who got picked for England? Sancho. Sancho ain't been picked for England, has he? They're trying to fuckery to get a free player. Now, Betis can do one. Betis are moving snively. They've been doing that for the longest. Antony Zabami's been twerking for Betis the whole window, but he didn't even agree terms. That doesn't even make no sense. You should give the coach time. Bruv, I'm not saying the coach out. Nothing. What are you talking about? I ain't saying nothing like that. Not Belieber. I'm talking about Belieber. Since then, it feels like they haven't made an effort to get at least a temporary replacement. I don't think they want to waste the time. I think that's what's being reported by Ben Jacobs. He said there's no point going in there and buying someone when you could just go out there and buy someone you really want. What's the point of getting someone for now? I reckon we should go get a loan. At least get a loan deal for someone. Go out there, get someone that's not playing somewhere, get a loan deal, and then why not? Casemiro leaves next season, boom, boom, boom. But I don't know, man. It's all mad. I know what you're saying, though, but it don't seem like they're onto it. Yes, United, this guy's FIFA'd off. Thames Game's always got a FIFA team ready for us in this thing. Anana wishes he's half good as Bayern did. It's crazy how the scale was flipped, innit? I used to rate Anana over Bayern Day. I used to say Anana starts. I went to the Fulham game. I saw Bayern Day come out, and I'm like, what? It's got to be Anana, surely. Now I understand. That penalty shootout was probably what they see in training every day. So I understand it now. MU trash. I hear you. MU should give the coach time. Sancho Obama thought he could get big clubs. Now he's stranded. Exactly. Stranded. We need a big W, no scraping for wins. 100%. We need to go out there and go bananas. Metro community, please like and subscribe. Hey, Gamer, big up yourself, man. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe, my peoples. Let me show you some breaking news like I always do. I always bring you the breaking news when you're here with the Metric community. So make sure you're liking and subscribing. Look at this. 5 minutes ago, Kobe Mainoo asked again to Man United about a chance to go on loan in the final 48 hours of the summer window. Kobe insists, despite Amorim's words in a press conference, and Man United clear reply. Man United insists no chance for exit and plan to keep Mainoo. So this is getting a bit toxic now because he wants to play. He wants to play in it, which is only right. He wants to play. He wants to get game time. But we're saying that we need him. Go out there and fight for your place. But bro, think about it as Kobe. You're telling me to fight for my place with the captain and the leader that you love. It doesn't make no sense. Bruno ain't gonna get benched. We all know. Every single one of us knows Bruno starts today. Every single one of us knows that. He's not going to get benched. He could have a biblical stinker. He's still going to be on. And he's going to bring on players to play aside him. Mainoo played the full 90 minutes against Grimsby, but Bruno had to come on for someone else. So, come on, man. We all know what's going to happen. So, I understand his point. He's saying, bruv, you're telling me to fight for my place. No matter how much I go mad in training, I can have the best training session ever that everyone's like, rah, you're still not going to drop Bruno. You're saying me and Bruno are fighting for the same position. If you said it was me, Casemiro and Ugarte, it's a bit different. I understand now. Maybe I can go out there and go crazy and I might start. But you're saying I can only play if Bruno isn't playing. It doesn't make no sense. So I understand why he's doing this. He knows he's not going to play. And even if he does play, it's going to be limited, bro. We're out of the Carabao Cup now. So that's another competition less. Think about it. What's he going to play? What, just in the FA Cup? So it's a bit sad, man. It's a bit mad on Mainoo, man. It's a bit mad. And he's asking for, it's the World Cup year, bro. This is what I said to you, look. It goes for us and against us. So the World Cup year, it's got guys like Bruno, Casemiro that want to stay because they want to be here and play in Europe for the World Cup year. It's got guys like Mainoo that want to go on loan because he wants to play. So it's going against us in that way where all our players want to play where they'll go and leave or stay. And then it's going for us where the freedom fighters, the bomb squad, have to leave because of the World Cup year. See what I'm saying? You can't get both ways. So Casemiro could have left if it was a normal year. But because it's World Cup, nah, I need to be in Europe. Then I'll go Saudi next year when my contract runs out. And it's cool. I can play for whatever now. Just play for the money. Bruno, I want to stay in Europe. Then I'll go Saudi next year. Mainoo, I need to play. I want to go on loan. You got what I'm going to say to you? So it's going both ways, bro. But the bomb squad are going to leave now. Garnacho's at the door. Rashi's at the door. Antony looks like it's a mad one, but something's going to happen with that. So it seems like things are brewing, man. But this is where we're at. And this is where it's gone mad now. So I just hope that they can sort this out, man. It is a bit meaty, man. And it shouldn't get to this. And I've got some other news as well that just came out. I showed you, look. It's the Metric community. Like and subscribe, people. We break news is here. I show it to you at the spot. Yeah? I'm not none of these guys that just sit with a camera in my face. I show you what's going on. Man United are complicating Real Betis attempts to sign Antony despite appearing to accept 25 million offer for 50% of Antony's rights. United now wants Betis or Antony to cover the 6 million in pending salaries and commissions from his Ajax transfer. Betis have withdrawn their offer and is considering alternatives due to have stalled. So this is getting all messy as well, man. This is getting messy, this Antony thing now. Where it's like, bro, like, he wants a severance package. We've got to pay that package because that's most of his wages. He's contracted to it. But some people, when they got to leave, they just leave. I want to get out of here. I want to go to the club, leave. So what's going to happen? You know what I'm going to say? And if he doesn't get his move, this is what you're going to see. This is the exact photo, him crying in the dressing room because he ain't got his move. He's not playing. He's not wanted in the squad. So what? It's a joke thing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But things are getting complicated now. And this has come from AFD LP. I don't know who that is. But it's a Betis. Look, it's a Betis. It's a Sevilla journalists, so they might know a bit more, and that came out 56 minutes ago. So, but obviously that might be getting briefed from them, innit? Obviously, from Real Betis, they're briefing it through their journalists. That Man United are the ones complicating it, but really it might not even be the case. But who knows what's gonna happen, man? But it's looking mad. It's looking dark. It's looking dark. So we'll see. Let me get a few of these comments, and I'll get into the rest of the news. I've got the midfield stuff coming up as well. Do you know De Ligt has not had a single season without a manager being sacked at the end of throughout his career? Last year was 10 hard record. Amorim will leave. That's crazy. What a stat that is, isn't it? It'll make you look at yourself and think, rah, is it me? Oh, yeah, because the thing got sacked, innit? Tuchel got sacked at Bayern. Yeah, that's mad. That's crazy. Bruno, Mainoo have played together. Yeah, I said that. They played together at the Grimsby because he threw on every attacking player. Amorim needs to make a plan for Kobe because asking him for him to fight a losing battle, he ain't going to start against Bruno. They need to at least give him the last 20 minutes of some games, at least. That's what I'm saying, minimum. But he might not be happy with that. That might not be enough to get into the World Cup. That might not be enough from Thomas Tuchel to look at you and go, he's done a lot there. That 20 minutes might not be enough. That's the thing. So that's the stuff with Antony, man. It's mad. And Mainoo, sorry. Man United's midfield is weak. Everyone knows that. Mejbri going to the Burnley game. I don't know. I'm trying to get a ticket, but I might not. I'll be real. I might just stay in my nice house and just watch it on TV. So if it pisses me off, I could just switch off. When you lose, to get home, you can't park next to the stadium. You got to walk about 20 minutes to your car. It's just a headache, bro. You got the opposition fans beeping you and being giddy. We drew with Fulham the other day, and they were moving like they won. I'm walking past pubs, they're shouting, yeah, they're laughing because I'm wearing the Man United kit. They're like, oh my days. So I don't like it for sometimes, bro. You understand? It's crazy. Why would Man United keep Mainoo if it ain't going to play? I reckon he'll get more playtime than before. Yeah, exactly. He's going to play. We want him to play. And remember, that's going to give us another problem as well. Going to get a midfielder to be behind Bruno anyway. We need two midfielders and one other striker and a keeper. Buy Man United, buy MU. Man United, big man. Man keeps saying MU, like midfielder quickly. You're doing a watch-along. I might do like a pre-game watch-along. Sometimes I'll do like a pre-game one or I'll do an actual watch-along. But I don't really like watch-alongs. I'll be real, man. I like to just watch it sometimes. I don't think I'm ready for watch-alongs yet. I don't think I'm ready for them. I like to do the pre-game though. So pre-game, come true, and then we'll kick it and everyone's reaction, the lineup, etc. I'll be here 100% by 1:30 or something, 1:45. But I don't know if I'll actually do a watch-along. We'll see. I might do. If I don't go to the game, I might actually do a watch-along. We'll see, actually. The only planned match for Kobe and Amorim is playing 4-3-3, simply as that. Bro, we played 4-3-3 with Ten Hag, and it didn't work. He had a poor season as well. So I don't know. Man keep talking about 4-3-3. Man's got to tell me what manager they think is going to come and do that. Like I showed you, look, we've got the links with the managers. Iriola is a 4-3-2-1 manager. Glasner plays back three. If they're struggling with this back three, why would we get a manager that's still playing a back three? Is it just the tactics then? Or is it just back three? So some people don't understand. They're saying it's back three, it's a system. So what one is it? Is it the manager and his tactics? Or is it the back three only that's messy? Do you know what I mean? I think that's would be fire. Yeah. We talking about the what are you talking about? Watch along. Yeah, I'll be here, man. I'll watch that, man. If I don't go to the game, I will watch along, but I don't know if I will leave just before the game starts. We'll see. I think Mainoo will start. Amorim would want to convince him to stay. Heaton, Dorgu, Yoro, De Ligt, Dallo, back four. Casemiro, Mainoo, Bruno as the 10. Cunha, Bremo, Sesko. Yeah, that would be lit. I know what you're saying, but he doesn't do that. And he came out today, or was it yesterday, and he said, bro, he ain't going to change, bro. He's been a player himself. He said, I've been a player myself. Once you change, the players can feel it. You know what I'm saying? What the players can feel it, like you're not really who you're saying you are. So he's saying, blood, the system don't be nothing. Look at this. I will show you right now. Remember, I always back up my stuff when I say it, bro. I don't ever come here and come with some madness talks. Look at this. Change the system. I've played my whole life in a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3. The only system I've never played in a single minute is the 3-4-3. We need to be very good at playing this way. Then we'll adapt. What I think it is that we have a system that will adapt to different systems. And then when everyone can do it with their eyes closed, I'll change a lot of things. You can't tell me we always play with 5 defenders. You can't tell me we always play with 4 defenders. You can't tell me we always play with 3 defenders. I'm just trying to coach my players with my ideas. I said before I arrived that I would use this system no matter what. If that suits you, then great. And then in the future, I might change. I might wake up one day and think it's better to change. So I'll change immediately. I just want to win. If I change something I don't believe in, the players will notice. You understand that, brother? That's what he's on. He's on some bruv. I believe in this 3-4-2-1, whatever we're doing, so much that I'm trying to make the players believe in it. If I turn around now and change it and say, you know what, guys, let's change it up and start doing counter-attack football, something, they are going to notice. I was a player myself not too long ago. I saw that when that happened. When the manager gave up and said, you know what, I'm changing my whole thing. Let's rip it up and do this now. We gave up on the manager, basically. So he's saying, if I change something I don't believe in, the players will notice. So it's not about the system. Did we lose to Grimsby because of the system? In the first half, I didn't even know the team system. That's how rubbish we was against Grimsby. I didn't even know what we was doing against Grimsby. What was we playing? Was it a 3 at the back? Was it a 4? Was it a 6? He doesn't even know. That's what he's saying to you. So, yeah, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. That looks good, though, but you got to say what manager you think should come and play that. Is it Areola? Is it a thing? You can't just say, let's change to a 4 at the back, because we changed to a 4 at the back. We was playing a 4 at the back, and that's why we got Amorim, because of Ten Hag. So we was playing a 4 at the back before. So don't just say 4 at the back, we're going to start winning. We had Ten Hag before at the back. Nothing happened, brother. So you tell me what manager you reckon comes in, Areola or Glasner. Glasner plays 3 at the back, bro. So I don't know. Mainoo to start over Bruno. Bruno, too much of chaos ball, sometimes too emotional. ICO, my brother. Yeah, man, 100%, man. Too emotional. Bruno moves a bit mad. But then again, when you look at it, someone like Burnley, who sits back, is Mainoo going to break them down? Mainoo will keep the ball, but is Mainoo going to break them down? You want someone like Bruno at the same time to make the chances. I think Bruno's got the most creative chances or something in the league. Something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So you want someone like Bruno. To be honest, this is the game you need someone like Bruno. When you're playing against these counter-attack type of teams, you kind of need Bruno to break them down. Put some balls over the top. Maybe even a Casemiro around the corner ball. You know that ball he always does? Like that around the corner one. He kills that one there. That's his main ball. But yeah, it's like someone like Mainoo will hold on to the ball nice. But I think Mainoo's better against like the bigger teams. The bigger teams where we need to keep the ball and some possession, then cool. But to be honest, I think Bruno does suit this game though. But why can't you play Bruno next to him? You know what I'm trying to say to you? Play Bruno next to him, man. Let me show you that I swear it's Bruno that's got the most. Oh, okay, he's 6 now. So look at this, guys. This is the let me share my screen and show you, look. This is why he loves Bruno so much. The chance created. So he's here now. Starch is top. Bruno Fernandes is on 6 chances created. I think he created 5 against Arsenal, bro. 5 chances against Arsenal, and he obviously only created 1 against Fulham then. But yeah, he's up there, so he's gonna want him to start. And when we're playing against yeah, look at this guy. We gotta watch this guy, you know, this Josh Cullen. He plays for Burnley. We gotta watch him still. He's creating chances as well. So this Josh guy, we gotta pre him. But yeah, someone like Burnley that's gonna sit back. We need Bruno in there. Someone like Bruno needs to be in there. So yeah, we have to watch this little Josh guy still. Look, we learn something new every day. I didn't even know this geezer. So yeah. Chop and change FC. Bro, just let him go on loan next season. Bruno and Casemiro to leave. We buy Belieber and a backup, then the play Mainoo with Belieber. But from the reports that's coming out, it's coming out that Mainoo, that Belieber will be back up to Bruno. It doesn't even make no sense, bro. All these reports are just coming out. It's from reliable people as well, but Belieber will pay 100 million for him to be back up to Bruno. That doesn't even make no sense. If we play that 3-4-3 whatsoever, we won't beat anyone, Mitch. I swear United won't have to make a choice after He said he's not going to change. He said if a team can adapt, be consistent, then he might change. Don't think it's the system. It's not the system. It's the bad culture at the club. Glazers out. I think we might sell Ugarte next season and get a proper backup along with Belieber. Ugarte is just trash. Apparently, Amorim loves Ugarte. That's what apparently is being said. He loves Ugarte. So I don't know if he's going to go. I'll be real. That's the word. That he likes Ugarte. So I don't know. He never starts him. So it's a bit of a weird one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Let me get into the midfielder stuff, man. So this is what we've got with midfielders now. Amorim waffles more off the pitch, quiet as a mouse on the pitch. So this is the stuff about midfielders. Where is it? This is the shortlist. Look at this. Let me make the screen a bit closer so you lot can see more. Man United's draw up dream midfield shortlist after Carlos Belieber. This is the standard. This is Jacob Steinberg and all of that. The standard. And he's gone. Ruben Amorim is desperate for a new man in midfield amid interest in Wharton and Hojlund. Man United have a 3-man dream midfield. Oh, hold on. Let me think. Let me give the other one. Because this one... Yeah, hold on. Let me move on to it and give the other one because it makes more sense with Belieber and that. Yeah, look, boom. That one's better. Look. Yeah, there you go. Boom. And then it says, Man United have a 3-man dream shortlist for a new midfielder this summer. Ruben Amorim is looking to bolster his squad with an athletic, dynamic midfielder before Monday's transfer deadline. And according to the Athletic, who's very reliable, Brighton's Carlos Belieber, Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton, and Sporting's Hojlund are most admired. Belieber early in August emerged as his top target. However, following the talks with Brighton, United decided to end their pursuit of the 21-year-old as the deal was not considered financially viable. So next on United's list of midfield targets is Sporting's Hojlund, who Amorim worked with while at Portuguese Giants. The 26-year-old Denmark international is a key player at Sporting, but no interest has advanced. It currently remains more likely that the summer window could close with Amorim not getting his position filled. And then obviously, Hurstler's come out yesterday and said he is 100% confident Belieber will remain at Brighton. A Brighton player once the transfer window was closed. If there was a number higher than 100, I would give you that. That's how much percent he is. So this is why we believe them. And this is why Ben Jacobs came out and he was saying this literally 2 days ago. He said, if Brighton had given the green light, regardless of the price, within reason, of course, Man United would have made a bid. So we would have 100% bidded for Belieber. But we believe them. They're saying that he's not for sale and we believe them and we're respecting it. Do you understand? Actually, that would have been a big bid and very possible package in and around 100 million. There was no price set by Brighton for Belieber. If you want to protect the club-to-club relationship, it can be beneficial to walk away because he's trying to say is, watch this, let me break it down. If they say no and then you bid, it might create headlines. Everyone's talking about it. They're bidding for Belieber, 100 million, Then you're in a position where the next time you want to deal with them, your relationship is damaged. This is why United backed off. So basically, we've done all the groundwork now. We've agreed personal terms with Belieber. He's keen. He knows how much we're going to offer him, everything. So next season, when they're ready to sell him now, they're going to have their replacement for Belieber. It's perfect. They said he will go next season. That's fine. We can come in there now, actually talk. All right, we'll give you the 100 million or whatever, and it's done. But if we go out there right now and just do this crazy bid, 120 million, and they don't want to sell him, now it's all over the papers. Everyone's talking about it. It's gone mad. Belieber's having a stinker. They're saying, oh, it's because of Man United. They're on his mind. He wants to go. It might damage our relationship with Brighton. And no one wants to damage their relationship with Brighton because they got gems coming out their arse, mate. Every single transfer window, they've got a new gem coming in. And you'll just think, who is this guy? 3 million, bam. 100 million, he goes for 80 million. I remember when they sold Trossard. Trossard was cold. They sold Trossard to Arsenal. I'm like, oh, shit. They went mad with that one. They bought Matoma. Matoma's better than Trossard. They're on a different thing. They sold, what's that guy called? Who they sold? Basuma. And he was cold for Brighton. Bam. McAllister. Caicedo goes. Belieber. Like, they're just different, man. When it comes to Brighton, you don't want to mess up your relationship with Brighton. So we're respecting it. So that's what they're basically saying. And obviously, Ben Jacobs said 2 days ago, Adam Wharton is the one they really like. But then again, I'd be surprised if Crystal Palace decide to sell. Because remember, they've sold Eze. Mark Guy, Liverpool are looking like they're going to close that deal because he's got 1 year left in his contract. And then they can't sell Wharton. You can't sell 3 of your best players unless you're Brentford or something. And even they're trying to keep Wet Whistle. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's the situation. That's what Ben Jacobs said a few days ago. And that's what's just come out about this. So they're still part of our best 3, though. This is our 3. And it's good to see it's still coming out every day from different journalists. That's Hojlund, who's already worked with Ruben. And he was the captain. Adam Wharton and Belieber, they're still there. But is it a thing where we just wait till next season and we ride it out this season without a midfielder? Or is it a thing where we actually just say, you know what? We sold Garnacho for 40 million, so we can go out there and spend 120 million now. Let's just do it now. Do you understand? Or we go for Wharton, offer them something that they can't say no, 75, 80 million. Do you understand? I don't know, man. We go crazy. But then it did say something about Tottenham and Liverpool are also in for a 6, and they were looking at Wharton. So Tottenham and Liverpool are also in for Wharton, and they might also be in for Belieber next season. Do you understand? That's the only 2 teams I can see going in for Belieber is Tottenham and Liverpool. Because Liverpool went in for Zubamendi, and then obviously he said no, and then he ended up going Arsenal. And Tottenham have got what? Paulina, but that's a loan. Are they going to sign him 100%? We don't know. But that's the situation with the midfielders, man. We'll see what happens with this, man. But yeah, it's gone mad. Let me get a few of these, and then bam. Ten Hag failed with a bunch of poor players. Not the same case with Ruben. These are different group of players. Results aren't coming in more with his 3-4-3. If I was the manager and I saw Onana buying them Heaton, I think of resigning too. If I didn't get no, yeah, bro, they're the worst bunch. Heaton ain't too bad with his hands, but he's the worst at kicking. He's so slow, bro. Like he gets pressed, it's long. I can't help but sitting back. Seeing our backline of 3 clearing chances match. We are always outnumbered. Just look at that Grimsby first goal. Yeah, it was mad, man. It was mad. Belieber is impossible now. It seems like it is, but you just never know, bro. Like I said to you, we've got that Garnacho money. We can go and spend anything. PSR, pure profit. We can go out there and spend something mad right now. Do you understand? We can actually surprise everyone. And remember, Ineos, they're just, no one knows what they're on. We don't know what they're on, bro. Everyone's coming out here. They'll say, they need to sell. We thought, yeah, after Mbeumo, we need to sell to get a striker. Everyone said it everywhere. Ornstein, everywhere. Fabrizio, they need to sell. They're focusing on sales. And then we went and bought Sesko, bro. So we don't know. I've got something anyway. Some positive stuff. Just stats-wise. So maybe, because look, this is what Ineos are probably looking at and saying, bro, Amrin, you're trying to quit. What are you talking about? Like, you're in a good trajectory. Like, you're going mad. So let me show you some stats and that. And what's been going on with us. Because obviously, we're just watching the performances and we're going a bit mad. So look at this now. This is the touches in the opposition box in the Premier League. So this is Fulham and Arsenal. We're second in that. Yeah? And then you've got Premier League club stats. What's this for? Total shots. We've had 23 shots. 23 shots, bro. And we've only scored, what, 1 goal? And it was an own goal. It's crazy. From the Lenny Euro header. This is shots on target. We're 4th. But look at our conversion rate. 3.1 compared to everyone else. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal have scored 6 goals. They're top of the league because they've scored 6 goals. 5 against Leeds, 1 against us. 22.2 conversion rate. But we've had more shots on target than them. Come on, man. This is what we're dealing with, man. We just need to get to it, and then we should be able to be all right, man. If our conversion rate was better, come on, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, all these guys are at the top of the league. They're in the top 5. Expected goals were 6. What is this? Possession won in the final third. We're 7th, so we're winning the ball back early. Tackle success. Average possession. I don't really care about possession. Nottingham Forest. I thought they don't care about possession. They're dealing with possession now. Is my man switched it up? Nuno. He was always 0 possession. They used to have the lowest possession, 22% or something, and they will just hit you in the counter. Successful long balls. So you see when Maguire and Euro are doing all them long balls. Bro, this is some good stats, man. We're doing all right, but it is where it is anyway, man. We need to do the main thing, of course, and get the goals in. 100%. So this ain't going to mean nothing. Some people are going to look at that and say, oh, whatever, we need to get the goals in. So we have to put the ball in the back of the net. Do you understand? So let me summarize what's going on anyway. So boom, we had the Lammens news. If you just come in, I'm going to summarize everything that's happened. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, man. We're here every day, man. Man United are preparing one big push to get Senne Lammens deal done. Talks are accelerating this weekend. It's the weekend now. It could be happening today or not. Ben Jacobs just come out and said Man United are working on Senne Lammens this weekend. Clubs now getting closer to agreeing a fee. Senne Lammens is following an individual program. Yeah, so he's not even training with them. They don't even want him to risk getting injured because of the major outgoing. And then look, they started at 17 million euros, then 20, now it's 25. Man United don't want to play games, so we're ready to get the deal done. So we're probably going to make a bid today for Lammens. Hojlund, more or less done. We've reached an agreement, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, Laurie Whitwell saying, he has to accept. As you can see from the middle article, Fabrizio Romano, Hojlund has already accepted. Agent fees agreed. He wants Napoli, no chance to stay. If you look at the bottom paragraph of the first two, Ben Jacobs says Hojlund must now agree terms and decide if he's willing to leave. Laurie Whitwell says Hojlund needs to accept, might still stay. Fabrizio saying, big man, Hojlund's already accepted. Agent fees agreed. There's no chance to stay. So he's a myth, basically. It's more or less done. Then we had Antony. He's accepted. Everything got accepted, and then it went bananas. It just went left because we've got to pay him for his severance package, and his wage is too high. I don't understand how you've been sitting here. You've been dissing every single club that's come in for you for the last 2-3 months, and you haven't even sorted out your wages with Betis yet. I do not understand. But Fabrizio says that he thinks it's going to happen. If you look at the second paragraph of the last article, Betis never agreed to deal with Man United. If you ask me, Antony, go to Betis, I tell you my feeling is yes. My experience with the market is yes. And my feeling for the next hours also. So he thinks it's going to happen. It's a negotiation tactic, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to say Ruben, replacement, talk sport. They're talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think they're just taking the piss, to be honest with you. Or Eddie Howe. I can't see Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle. You've gone mad. Amorim's basically saying he's not going to quit, blah, blah, blah. And Jadon Sancho, his only option is Roma now. He had Napoli, Chelsea's, Juventus, big clubs in Champions League. Now your only option, unless you want to sit in the under-21s and play Xbox, is Roma. Literally. So they're still in for him. They're still saying, bro, what are you saying? So we'll see what happens with that. And then continuing this middle article about like replacements, if Amorim leaves, we've had this article from yesterday. Indicator, the guy that broke the news, and he said basically, if he goes, the two guys that are going to replace him are Oliver Glasner, who plays for Crystal Palace, or Areola, who plays for Bournemouth. And that's the article there. When you click into it, and it just basically says Glasner's basically top, but he plays a back three as well. So a lot of people are saying these players are confused. They don't know what a back three is, and da-da-da-da. Bro, he plays a back three as well. This is, they're going to have talks in the international break. So after this game, it's an international break for, I think, 2 weeks or something. They're going to have talks with Amorim. So he could still leave or he could stay. Who knows? We'll see what happens, etc. And then we had the stuff about Belieber, Hoyman and Wharton. They're still our main three candidates, guys. It's still them three. And it's been said that. But Hurstler, who is the Brighton manager, is saying he is 100%. If there was a number higher than 100, he will give that Belieber stays. And then Ben Jacobs came out the other day and said, literally, Brighton never gave us a number and they've told us it's not for sale and we're respecting it. Do you understand? Because if we go out there and bid, it's going to make too much headlines. And if they really don't want to sell him, it's just going to mess up our relationship with them. And one club in the Premier League that you do not want to mess up the relationship with is Brighton. Because Brighton, they get gems coming out their arse, mate. They're cooking them in the lab. Literally. They will just sell someone, you'll think, yep, they're done, and they'll get a gem the next day, like out of nowhere. You don't want to mess up your link with Brighton. Any other team, it don't matter. But you can't mess up your link with Brighton. Everybody knows that. So that's more or less everything that's come out. We'll see what else comes out a bit later. I'll be back on about 1:30 pre-game. Do you get it? Might do a little watch along if I don't go to the thing. But yeah, man, smash the likes if you haven't, man. Subscribe if you're new, my peoples. I'll be back in a bit. Love.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now, photo now, photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.